I'm a go-getter.
It's the Goalgetta podcast with Jay Black. His goal is to inspire you to become the best version of yourself. Success is the only option.
Goalgetta is all about mindset. My mindset is, since I'm here, why not be the greatest ever? And it's a win-win situation. Let's say I don't become the greatest ever. I'll become one of the greats. But it forces me to grind the greatness every day. And if you want to win that life, you got to grind the greatness every day. You deserve to live your best life. The world can sleep on you, but just make sure you don't sleep on you. So I love and believe in you, and I want to take you to that next level. Put your seatbelt on. Ride with me.
I feel the 3 words coming. I'm excited. Yeah. Now, welcome to the Goalgetta podcast with Jay Black and the guests I got in the building today. Got those 3 words coming again. I'm excited. Yeah. Now, Goalgetta. What's a goal-getter? I'm glad you asked. My logo sums up my message. 1 finger to the brain, 1 to the sky. With the right mindset, you can go to the top. I put the red check next to the brain because everything starts with the mind, and it takes blood, sweat, and tears to achieve goals. You're a goal-getter. I'm a goal-getter. Success is the only option. Now, I want to break it down further because I want you to know who you are. See, a goal-getter grinds to greatness every day, aims to be the best version of themselves every day, understands that adversity is a part of the journey to success. So we embrace it. We never give up. Success is the only option. Everything about my guest today says success is the only option. But before we get into my guest, I got to tell you about everything that's going on. So, we got the Success is the Only Option School Tour. Go to jblackinspires.com, book me, I'm coming to you. It's been crazy. I'm looking forward to empowering not just your students, but your staff. So go to jblackinspires.com to tell you more about that. Also, we got the Success is the Only Option Teen Career Day. Just released a promotional video for that. 9 different career presentations, catered meal, tons of surprises, and I'm bringing up guests from out of town. It's going to be epic. So make sure you have a teenager. Register your teen. We also got sponsorship packages. Get involved. We definitely got to be involved. We got to be the change you want to see in the world, but it's going to take the community to change the community. So this is a life-changing event. If you're talking about, I'm tired of all the shootings, I'm tired of all the crime, this is something that we can do to help our youth. I'm telling you right now. I have the military coming. I got a college recruiter. I got different career paths. The whole goal is to get them thinking about their future early. You know, I believe that the goal will give you direction no matter how toxic your situation is. That's why I named my first book, Goals Give Direction. If we get them excited about a goal, the goal will bring discipline to their life. They're not going to think, what will it take for me to achieve this goal? What that does is remove certain people and things from their life because they're fully committed to the goal. So the Success is the Only Option Teen Career Day. Definitely get involved. Website posted as well. Now, guys, shout out my mentor program, Goalgetta Academy. Young kings and young queens been definitely doing a great job. Started Goalgetta Academy in 2018, and we're still running. With Goalgetta Academy, we focus on goal setting, mental health, financial literacy, entrepreneurship, community service, leadership development. But it's very, very important to instill winning principles into our youth young if we want them to win. I have certain kids that have been with me for so long, but all they know is goal-getter. Success is the only option. So the mindset is adapt, conquer, adapt, conquer. And that's a winner's mindset because there's always going to be an obstacle in life. The pandemic was a blessing in disguise, definitely for the schools, for the students. I say that because I want them to understand that life happens. That means you can't control obstacles. Adversity is a part of life. They seen that the whole world changed. They couldn't physically go to school. They had to go to virtual school. No matter if they liked it or not. You're not going to like everything, every adjustment you have to make, but if you want to win, you got to make the adjustments. Now, got to get to my guest. So, my guest, Rosher Lewis Goldstein, go by Ro. Okay, he's the founder of Echelon Media Sports, changing lives through sports. So, with EMS, he specializes in sports, PR, and branding, and producing corporate events. The goal is to build a bridge between athletes, products, and the community. EMS provides marketing services for NFL players and alumni, as well as sports-related events for philanthropy and community youth initiatives. So I want to jump right into you. So you actually got a bachelor's degree in accounting.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's talk about there. You went to school on the West Coast.
I went to school at the University of San Francisco in the Bay Area.
Okay, Bay Area, okay. And from that, after that experience, that's when you actually led to working at an entertainment company.
So I originally coming out of college was an auditor for the government. I thought I wanted to be in the music business, and I got into sports. I've been in sports my whole life, but my little brother played for the Chicago Bears.
Okay.
And so when Chicago picked him up, I took my accounting services and I started doing some marketing for him. We were roommates, and I noticed that he was getting a football check, but there was nothing else he was involved with. And I thought, he had a responsibility to not only tell his story, but connect with the community and kids like himself who made it, from, out the hood, the ghetto, or situations where maybe they needed some motivation. So I started doing football camps with him. Is how this all began.
So what year was that?
I had to be maybe 08, maybe 09.
Okay. So started with the Chicago Bears, so in that area. Okay.
Yes, sir, in Chicago.
Okay, and then from there, what made you actually branch out from just doing it with your brother?
So I did a camp for my brother and other stars, because he was he's a backup player. He played many years, but some of his other teammates started inquiring about who put the camp together, and I also started getting local deals done. So I was getting guys cars, products, tickets, what have you. So I kind of circumvented what the agent does. The agent focuses on the national brands, the big deals, and I started getting them local marketing deals, connecting the athlete to the local community. So the kids can see him. We went to dealerships, you know what I mean? I started doing their camps, and it just kind of turned into a business.
And real quick, I want to highlight something. So it started off as something that he noticed with his brother. So you got to peek the gap. So he noticed the situation. He had a solution for it. Because the bigger picture, he thought about all the kids that naturally look up to NFL players, but he just had to check from this. We was thinking about the long term. So he created the camps, and from there it turned into a business. And because he was so efficient and great at what he did, other people recognized it from there. So when you operate, so that right there, we've been talking about purpose. At the bottom of our podcast flyer, it says, goals bring purpose and purpose change lives. So right there, he really found this purpose. I don't know if you recognized it at the time.
Yeah, yes and no.
Yes and no?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's some other things around that time that you were doing?
So I started working on creating an event called the Chicago Night of Hoops Classic. We had a 10-year run with that, so I created a basketball game. It's called The Silence of Violence. We got the top seniors, girls and boys, and the top 8th graders. It's a basketball game.
Okay.
Nike sponsored it. Once Nike came on board, we got some major brands, Body Armor, and the who's who of the basketball community. I know a lot of basketball players. Chicago is a mecca for basketball in the world right now. If you look at all the players they put in the league. But so I started expanding to other areas. I did an event with Major League Baseball. And my ultimate goal was to take the players, the organizations, and the sponsors and the community and bring them all together like a nice pot of gumbo and bring everybody together for an event. So we started utilizing these events to motivate and give kids a chance to see something different, to use sports. I call it a sports ministry. I did end up one of the biggest events I've done. I booked Soldier Field, which is the home field of Chicago Bears. We did a football camp with Warren Sapp and the Jordan brand. The mayor of Chicago, Rahm Emanuel at the time, gave me the stadium. And so Twister, all these people came to the camp. We probably had 400 kids. Everything was free. We bust kids in from different neighborhoods. So I figured out a business model that sports can be utilized to motivate, to bring people together. And also, while we're at the camp, I started figuring out there's other aspects of life of sports. So I brought in a banker. I brought in a dietitian. I brought in different community, talked to people. I brought, like a banker, for example, spoke to kids about setting up a bank account and why is it important to have a bank account.
Right.
And so sports beats class, it beats racism. If you have a star there, no one cares if you're black or white or yellow. They're going to come first and foremost.
Right.
So I figured out if I have the kid there and I have his attention,
right,
I'm going to talk about something outside football, basketball, and baseball. We're going to talk about life skills and how can I help this young man become, a prominent member of society one day.
That's powerful. That's powerful. And we can't skip. I want y'all to press the rewind button. He just dropped so many jewels, and I want you to get it. But we can't skip past this. So he said some big Jordan brand, Nike, some big brands. So we got to talk about this process about how you even acquired these brands.
just hustling. You know, I in the Chicago market taught me, you know, I was doing parties and promoting, and I had my hands in so many different areas of just going out and meeting people.
I feel the 3 words coming. I'm excited. Yeah. So we're still booking for the Success is the Only Option School Tour. Visit the link below. My logo sums up my message. 1 finger to the brain, 1 to the sky. With the right mindset, you go to the top. I put the red check next to the brain because everything starts with the mind, and it takes blood, sweat, and tears to achieve goals. You're a goal-getter. I'm a goal-getter. Like my hoodie says, success is the only option.
Numbers, and because I had access to athletes, everybody wanted to talk to me.
Right.
So I ended up meeting bankers and, you know, people who helped put Obama in office. I ended up attacking different levels of society and kind of picking in pride. And so Nike has an office out of Chicago where they actually was, you know, running LeBron's, some of the things he was doing at the time instead of all the way in Portland. But just, you know, just hustling, man, and putting people in the room at the same time. And I developed a skill for, you know, my posters, my marketing, and my flyers, and putting brands on there. I understood there was power and attraction with having an athlete and having corporate sponsors. And I've done tennis shoe events. I've done comedy events. I had a little rail for an event. So I developed a skill to get people, you know, under one roof for a cause and a purpose.
Right. That's powerful. So one thing I want to highlight that he said is the power of building relationships. You got to build the relationships. He talked about hustling, put in the work. You got to put in the work. If it's worth having, it won't come easy. So that's definitely power, building relationships. Now I want to I want to talk about EMS. So if somebody asks you, where do you see EMS in the next 5 years, what would you say?
Echelon Media Sports is a sports and branding company, and to reiterate what we discussed, I bring athletes to the community, so and corporate brands to the community. So there's always, you know, these products that they're promoting, the Nikes and the Adidas and the Body Armor, and even music. They're trying to get it to the people.
Right.
So I'm a bridge for that.
Right.
And my last event, we did a football camp with the Browns coach, Stump Mitchell. He's the running backs coach. We did that at St. V High School. So again, it was a free camp. We talked about other elements of life once we got the kids there. There's probably about 200 or 300 kids there this past summer. So in 5 years, Echelon Media Sports will, you know, ALLSTARS coming to Cleveland this year. So we're going to be doing some youth skills camps at 4 different high schools in Akron and Cleveland. And we're going to just continue to do what we're doing. It's really a sports ministry. Okay. I don't, you know, originally I didn't do this for money. You know, it's not money driven. This is my purpose in terms of how do I reach people and how do I help kids. My mission is again, connecting the community in sports and how do we motivate people through sports. Oh,
so basically your mindset is you're just going to continue to walk in your purpose. You'll see it's going to, so 5 years from now, you're just going to be more events. You're just going to continue to do what you feel you were born to do.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's great. That's great. And I heard somebody, I just felt the vibe. You know, y'all say they need to get a motivational speaker at one of these events. I need to get Jay Black, the Goalgetta. That's what I'm talking about. My people, my Goalgetta family. I took the words right out of my mouth. Definitely. I feel y'all. So, principles that you live by. Give the people some principles that you live by.
Principles that I live by is you got to do the work. It's a simple combination for me. Work, prayer. I mean, I attend church here at First Apostolic. And just working and doing the background work and pushing your brand. So what I figured out ways to promote my brand through everything I do, right? So
powerful.
If I pick up my little niece and kiss her, I'm saying, you know, somehow I'm going to put some literature around it that says, hey, this is a kid, this is my, you know, my baby niece, and we're you know, I'm about family, sports, and giving back to your community. So people like yourself, it's all about connecting and building relationships and bring something to the table. You know, I just dropped my nephew off this morning at Hoban to take the placement test to try to get into Hoban, and I told him I'm the closer, and I can get you into school, but you got to bring something to the table.
Right.
You know, whether you gonna play ball or you're gonna have straight A's. I gotta tell them something. You always gotta have something to bring to the table for people to work with you. You can't just come with an empty hand. You know, even if it's just a volunteer, put something on the table to combine with the other 3 people, and then you can create something that's bigger.
Love it, love it, love it. And one thing I think people don't understand is, I think we're living in a microwave generation. You know, everything so fast. He said you gotta do the work, and the meals turn out better when you put it in the oven, let it sit there for a while. But you gotta do the work. Bottom line, you gotta do the work. He said, plain simple, you gotta do the work. If you do the work, he said he's the closer. So from there, if you're doing the work, he can put this on the table, and from there, he can close the deal. So what he's telling you is, when you do the work, that the opportunities will come your way. But you have to do the work. You have to do the work. That's powerful, man. I love and appreciate everything you're doing. And I definitely heard about what you did for us with the Browns. I heard that event was crazy. My guy, Bossy, you allowed him to be a part of that.
Shout out to Body by Bossy.
Shout out to my guy, Boss Fitted. My guy. So,
Mr. Starks.
You actually, so you training as well? You
know what? Breaking the sweat is not really my thing.
Okay. You said breaking the sweat. Okay.
I like to think, think things through.
Okay.
I'm active, but Bossy's doing it. He's training gladiators. I don't want to be gladiators.
It's a whole different level of Boss Fitted. It's a whole different level. It's very intensive, but healthy as well. So that's dope. But he did say he stays active, so that's dope. So, last but not least, I want you to give people your social media information so they can stay in contact with you.
My website is www.echelonmediasports.com. That's spelled ECHELON Media, MEDIA Sports with the S on the end.com. I'm on Instagram at Goldstein. That's ROEGOLDSTEIN. You can contact me through Goldstein on Facebook as well. You can look up Echelon Media Sports. We'll be doing some things for All-Star weekend, and we'll also maybe do some things for Christmas with the Browns players. So we're putting that together now.
Okay. And last, before I let you get out of here, the last question, because we're talking about sports and then everything, the foundation of everything was from there. When did you fall in love with sports?
As a kid. The funny thing is, my client with the Browns now, Stump Mitchell, I met him when I was 9 years old, and he was my favorite running back in the NFL. We reconnected 30 years later on a lucky happenstance, but I think sports is very important because it teaches you things that prepares you for life. Everyone doesn't have to be the next LeBron James, but it's important to participate in sports to understand teamwork, to understand your role. I believe that people play the game how they treat people. You know, if you're a passer, you're probably a generous person off the court or off the field or whatnot, but sports, it goes along with to me, it's up there with, your health and religion and eating well and reading and writing. I think every child should be active and be a part of a sports team. I fell in love with the game as a kid, 6, 7 years old. Video games, Monday Night Football, you name it. So
okay. Great. I think something powerful you said, and I want to make sure y'all understand this. He said, sports are so powerful that you got to start there. Racism disappears. And you look at it.
Definitely.
Sports actually does probably the most for race, sports and music. You see how powerful hip-hop is. You see how powerful sports is. But would you say, how much of the percentage of the NBA would you say is black?
90. We'll just start at 90 and go up.
Right. But you see, as far as racism, you see it's white people there, Chinese people there, Puerto Rican, everybody, because it's the sport, so it goes beyond whatever racial issues we got. So it's definitely powerful. So using sports to touch different areas of life is definitely genius, and I think that's something that we definitely need to continue to do to help not just our community, but the world be a better place. So that's definitely dope. So I commend you on everything you're doing.
Thank you.
Definitely looking forward to connecting you and things that I got going on. And so we can definitely add value together. But make sure you connect with this guy on social media. He's doing great things. Black Friday, I got some new items dropping. Make sure you stay connected with me on social media. Instagram, YouTube, J Black the Goalgetta. Also TikTok. I'm on TikTok now. J Black the Goalgetta. Facebook, the Goalgetta. And I'm telling you right now, you can achieve anything you want to do in life, but you got to put in the work. You got to believe in you. You got to ignore the naysayers. You got to have tunnel vision. I'm telling you right now, if you have tunnel vision, you'll consistently be so focused on your target. It don't matter what nobody said, you're going to actually keep moving forward. And And understand, baby steps are better than no steps. But the problem with a lot of you is you letting the naysayers get into your mind, and what that does is take away from you honoring your craft. And you got to understand that naysayers are not really negative. Look at them as, since we got 2 marketing guys right now, look at naysayers or haters as your marketing team. That's free marketing. Because they take the time of the day to talk about you or talk down, so that's marketing for you and what you're doing. So stay the course, believe in you, but I want you to understand that it starts up here. You got to believe in you no matter what nobody say. So I love and believe in you, and always remember, always remember, always remember, only person that can stop you is you. Yes. I feel the 3 words coming. I'm excited. Yeah, you're a goal-getter, and I want you to wear who you are. Visit the website below and grab you some Goalgetta apparel. We got the hoodies, we got the Goalgetta joggers, we got the Goalgetta beanie hats, and much more.
It's the Goalgetta Podcast with Jay Black. Stay excited and stay connected. www.jblackinspires.com